What's up everybody, Supersmallchibiwolf here, and today I'm going to be talking about the art of gaming manuals. Now, obviously, gaming manuals, they have different arts and all that. But truly in this video, I want to talk about, the art of the gaming manuals. Like, for example, the value of it. Why I personally love gaming manuals, the true value of gaming manuals, and why it's important. The art of it, and also the art of the game manuals. Now, I also was, you know, I enjoy unboxing games and all that, and unfortunately, these days in this gaming generation, starting last gaming generation, they stopped using gaming manuals and all of that. Now, in my opinion, number one, I find it lazy for these companies to do that. Number two, it's like a lack of creativity. And yeah, let's be real, they do it because, it's less costly, and all of that. They save money and do it digitally, all of that stuff. But in my opinion, I want to talk about why I love gaming manuals. The true value, like in my opinion, the value of it and the true art of it, and yeah. So let's get into this. Now, in my opinion, I truly love gaming manuals. I love looking at it. I love, seeing the details and the lore behind the characters. For example, in the Street Fighter Alpha 3, so in Street Fighter Alpha 3, we get, the manual booklet, and we get to see, for example, Ryu, or we get to see, for example, like the character itself next to like game screenshots of the game and the different modes you can unlock and different characters that you can eventually play as. And it's just so it's interesting to me. For example, in JRPGs, right, you get to see different areas of the game, screenshots of it. You get to see descriptions of the, describing how it is and all of that, interesting facts. And sometimes it has interesting details within the game, and also, which I also enjoy. And it's pretty cool, And also, another thing is, after you beat a game nowadays and, you skip the credits and all of that, I like it when some games try to put digital, like, more stuff in the credits, like, for example, like pictures and stuff like that. It's kind of reminds me of just the closest thing we have to gaming manuals. I know it's not the same thing, but it gives us details about the game, and we also get to see visuals, relating to the game. Another thing I would like to talk about is, in my opinion, besides that, I think, when companies used to have gaming manuals, like, this is obviously, nowadays, you could buy digitally games and all of that. Me personally, I enjoy, I do purchase digitally stuff sometimes, but me mostly, I enjoy a little bit more on the physical copies of games. And one thing I enjoy in is that let me give you a scenario. You just finished buying one of these three games, or whatever game you love, either rather new or old, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Pokemon Diamond, Shining Diamond, whatever's coming out, the new one, the remake, and Mario Kart 9, hopefully Nintendo brings it out. And then, you open it up and you're like, I'm so happy. I'm excited for this game. This is so cool. I've been waiting so long for this. And then, you close it up and you just look at the back. You just take your time to admire the beautiful art of the case itself, right? And then you open it back up and you look at the manual. And then you see different screenshots within the game, right? Not what was it? It's not too detailed to spoil everything, but it's enough to get you more excited. It's enough to make you feel more interested in more. Sometimes when you had game manuals back then, it has more. It continues a little bit more to the story. For example, like you say, you beat a game, right? And you're like, oh, this is cool. And then what was it? You look in the game manual, and then it will say, for example, oh, this one character from the, say you're playing a JRPG, right, or RPG, whatever, and then you meet some few characters that made a small impact on you, within the gameplay. You would have, for example, details of those characters that didn't have that much of a spotlight within the game, but and then they will go into a little bit details in depth about them, their life, and all that stuff. That's the importance. That's the value that game manuals used to give us, and I think how I feel is we kind of losing that a little bit by not including game manuals in the new games. So, yeah, another thing I would like to discuss, and this is probably going to be the last point I would like to make, is me. I love, what was how do I say? Let me just say a few things. Number one, nostalgic is might be a thing if you have the same opinion that game manuals should come back and all of that. Let's be honest, some of it is nostalgic, right? And a few issues with the game manuals, like I'm happy this did not happen to me, but I know this did happen to a few other people. When you, for example, kind of maybe a little rip in the game manuals when you open it, or for example, you're looking through the manuals, you kind of rip it by accident, like fuck. The closest thing to that is when I'm unboxing a game console and then the tape rips up a little bit on the box, because me, I love collecting the boxes. I love the displays of the boxes. In my opinion, that's some people like paintings in the walls. I like to have my boxes nice as like a art, right? Hey, the art of gaming manuals. So yeah, but yeah, that's a thing I always remember about game manuals. Some people would kind of be a little rough and kind of break it, but in my opinion, I was always gentle. I always loved and took care of my stuff. It was rare to not take care of objects, of mine that I loved. But gaming manuals was one of those items that I did take care of. So to end this video, I would like just say, I hope, what was it, when later on within this game generation, we could kind of, get back to the rhythm of having, back to the routine of having game manuals. Because let me just talk about this as the last point. The art of it itself, yeah, I just love it. It gives us more creative stuff. It makes the companies more creative as well. It gives us, for example, nowadays you open a game box. Say I'm getting the new Pokemon. Okay, the latest Pokemon game I got was, I think, 2 years ago. Pokemon, what was it? The Sword. Yeah. And then I open it, didn't have a game manual. Let's compare it to this. You open it, you get it's just creativity right here, and game manual design. And then you open it up and you see more artwork within the characters, and just interesting stuff, right? And it provides more. We get more for our money. But nowadays, we buy a new game, they take away we are kind of getting ripped off. You buy a brand new game because, when you buy a full price game, back then you get a manual, you get your game, you get a few other things, that maybe some promos for upcoming games or something like that, cool stuff, and you get to look through the manual, have fun. But nowadays we paying for the same price, full price game, we don't have the manual, we just buying more of the game itself. And yeah, that's just an idea to leave there. Now, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments what you think about game manuals. Were you ever into reading the game manuals and investing time to actually get into like seeing the art and reading the backstories and graphics, and all that stuff. Tell me in the comments about that. Me personally, I love game manuals. I still, whenever I play one of these games, say Street Fighter Alpha 3 or Mario Kart Double Dash, I take out the game manuals and I look over them, right? Even after I unbox the games, where the games I have, after I make my video unboxing, I look through the game manuals, have fun, and just beautiful. You know what I mean? It's just great. It feels so good to have, this additional art next to the art of the game, right? So it's just overall a wonderful feeling, in my opinion, to have game manuals. And yeah, I just felt like I wanted to speak about this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye.